All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're having a wonderful evening. I cannot believe it is already the end of the year, but from the beginning of 2024, we have been doing these live watch lists here.
We have been
on
doing
Thursday.
these live.
Hi. That is me, and now this might be one of our last ones here. We only got a couple of weeks remaining here, and there's actually a couple of big events. We even got rid of some this week. It was actually been a pretty ugly week, man. It's very gradual. That's like we said, man. Just you melt up 100 points, you come down 100 points. It feels like a lot, but you didn't do much. But almost every single day has been not as exciting or good compared to last week. So we have a lot to talk about. I think it ties into the bonds and all of it, but now you not only do you got to get ready for 2025, and I have something big on this video. We talked about it on stream, but also you got to start getting ready for next week, and a lot of people are already looking out for it. So we're going to go over everything. You know, I got the plays, I got the keys, all that good stuff. What I need from you, my friend, a thumbs up on the video. Make sure you're subscribed, and if you don't know, we are live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open, youtube.com/the stock market. I had it ready to go. If you ever cannot find me, just go literally YouTube/the stock market and then just put /live. And then it is there. But you already know the drill, man. My recap people, I love you, man. And I hope you guys have had a great year so far. I hope you're ready for another one too. But what's up, Chad? Oh, yeah. Logterm.com. Log in. How we doing, Mosby? What up, Hi there? What up, Anzo? What up, David Beans? Good evening, Jesse. What up, Amir? Mayhan 3C. What's up, baby? What up, Noah? Dago, Mr. El Trapado. We got Wazin in the house. You got Skittle in the house. Jordan, Silent Ninja. What up, baby? How we doing, Uncle Tara? Uncle Terry. What up, Josh Smith? What up, Canthology? How we doing, Star? What's going on, baby? Are you guys ready? I hope you had a great evening. I hope you had a good week, and honestly, do not get chopped up because of the holidays. Seriously, it's interesting. We got to focus on next week, but my goodness, man, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna cover everything here today. We have time. I hope you guys got a notepad. I hope you have questions afterwards. But you know what? Let's get right in. Oh, you leaving the gym right now? Good work. Good for you. Good for you, my friend. Oh yeah, we live. We do it in Mr. Johnny B. Good. What's up, Francisco? How you doing, man? Good evening. We're live, Icarus. How are you doing? I say I'm excited. So right off the bat, man, let's get right into it. All that matters is the Fed. So I can't stress this enough. I'm talking about this way early, but literally tomorrow is Friday. There's only a couple of days, and really there is not much on the table. But I was telling you this from even CPI day. The fact of the matter is CPI, it gave us some information. All that mattered was the rate cut odds. Now, the fact is they were at 80 before the CPI. After the CPI, it's at like 97. It's not like it really did much. You have a guaranteed rate cut next week, but now start getting ready for a hawkish cut. You may have heard about this, and what I want you to really think about is not only the plays you can make ahead of Powell, but on Powell, and then where things are going to be going moving forward. So do you guys hear that? We're going to have some bells in the background, but the whole point is how we're going to play out with Powell and this whole hawkish cut and everything we got going on. This is the most important thing right now that is going to determine how bonds move and even the market. This is the thing I was talking to you about when you kind of look at how last week played out. Remember, last week was a nice bond rally. You know, TLT found a way to go up in the 2 weeks. When TLT was doing good, you were able to start pressing on the gas a little bit. People were feeling good. TLT starts to come down. It's not like it kills the rally, but with the bond pressure, you actually chilled out. One big thing that I talked about, and I don't know if you remember this was kind of towards the end of last week. I got to show you on Trading Economics. But the thing was the bonds. Remember the 10-year, from that last video, I mean, it's already moved up about like 0.15, 0.2 in terms of basis points. But then you go look at the 2-year, it's literally like 0.01, 1 basis point from when we were talking about it. I don't know. I think it's cut off a little bit. But the point is, I think that bond pressure kind of slowed us down a little bit. You may see this dynamic play out. But now with Powell being next week, that's going to affect the bonds. And yeah, even though we're getting a rate cut, it doesn't automatically make TLT go up. That's something you probably learned at the first rate cut. But now moving forward, that dot plot and this plan, remember, this is what makes it so important. This is why I was telling you, even the CPI, it's not as big of a deal because you are literally going to get a summary of economic projections. So that's the big deal right there. We'll see what it says, but hawkish cut, I would start getting ready for that. AKA, you are going to get your rate cut, but the dot plot is probably not going to be that telling. We'll talk about it a little bit more, but that being said, now moving forward, I got to get you over here. There is a couple of seasonal factors, and it's really the end of the year, but some people were asking me today on like what I expected to happen in like a really short time frame, or even like technicals and a lot of things. But I don't know if you guys have picked up on it from the election. We are in a weird environment where it's just a one-way ticket. It's all been about the dollar. And why? Because go look at the dollar. It has been going up. It has been strengthening, and it has not negatively impacted us. Remember last week we talked about it. Eventually you're going to hear these companies start to say, oh, strong dollar, we make money in other currencies. It's negative Forex impact. But for now, the strong dollar has only been helping everything. It's been helping this exceptionalist trade. And why? You have to really understand it. Why is the market in this weird melt up? Why are we not being so reactive? It's simply because you are in a stage where all you're doing is expecting things. All that you have going on right now is literally, oh, what could happen if Donald Trump wins? Oh my gosh, what's he going to do to crypto? What's he going to do? Oh my gosh, this person was selected. And you got to think, that's a powerful, that's a very powerful drug. I don't know any other way to tell you it. That's why, to really comprehend it, it's a lot of hype and a lot of expectations. Once he comes into office, that's where the reality starts to set in, and then we're going to start reacting to a lot of different stuff. But yeah, anticipation is a hell of a drug. Exactly. So from literally the election till now, it's going to be something along the lines of you should just stay in the same range, especially if the dollar keeps getting stronger and the markets aren't selling off with it. So that's why I'm saying, unless we get a black swan, I really would not expect any gigantic changes. Even Japan, they're literally, the odds of them even hiking rates at the next meeting, if that doesn't happen, then I mean, there you go. That's even one less global risk like we were talking about this week. It will be about China and Europe, and we'll see what else. And even then, China hasn't been bad. Trump invited Xi Jinping to the inauguration. I think he rejected the invite, but for the most part, unless you actually get a black swan, unless those drones in New Jersey are actually aliens and we get an alien invasion, honestly, I think an alien invasion would be bullish. I know it's crazy because back in the day, you guys used to ask me this, and I was like, you guys are ridiculous. Why would I ever have to forecast this? But legitimately, I'll show you. We'll go over it after. The New Jersey stuff is wild, but I always said Wall Street's disgusting. If we had alien invasion, there would be like a 10% sell-off, and then like 2 weeks later, not only would you get like rate cuts, they'd be like, well, now you have like space travel and space materials, and then you actually now have a new interstellar market, and then they'd start guiding that up, and then yeah, that's it. I think that half of it would be priced in. But no, they would run with it, the narrative game. That's something I hope you guys have had a crash course in. I mean, if you've been here long enough, especially in the market, that's it. Just, eventually Wall Street, good is bad, bad is good. Sometimes good is good, sometimes bad is bad. All depends what we're dealing with, man. It has been wild. But that being said, though, from now until inauguration, again, the beauty, I hope, usually when you have a game plan, once you're like halfway through, if everything has played out so far, it's kind of good to feel. Don't get too confident. Don't be too safe. But all I'm saying is, so far, the plan of what we've been talking about from right before the election to after the election, the inflection point, which is, again, next week, you're going to get the Fed. And then after that, it's just the inauguration. So all of that is still playing out. That's why I'm like, until there's something major to throw us off of that lane, I don't see any reason why the next literally 4 weeks or so, we kind of keep going. Actually, it's like 8 weeks, I think, or like 7. You might just keep barreling along here. Now, again, how high you go, I think that'll be dependent on the bonds. I think that's what you got another crash course on today, or even the last 2 weeks, like I just showed you there. So it's like, hey, if this is going to be until the inauguration, after the inauguration, the anticipation changes, the data is going to change. But as far as how high the market melts up or not, I think there's going to be some loose relationship between the bond market. So we'll see where that all plays out. But that being said, now, the final thing, man, very, 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 very important key right here. Oh, that's my Twitter in the background. I wanted to find a way to show you guys this, but no, man, I cannot stress this enough. You have no idea, bro. There are over 100 names right now as we enter in the last few weeks on the S&P 500 that are trading negative. Now, I have told you guys this for almost 2 years now. You know, we have our little long-term criteria, and, you know, go with what you know. Act as if you can't change your mind for 10 years, you know. Save your 10%. You probably know about the next big thing. You already use it. You don't need to go out and find anything crazy. But ever since we've gotten, like, insane, intense volatility, one thing we have been talking about, especially when you have watched so many wild valuations and rug pulls, it just, you got to really think about what you want. But if you are going and buying stuff that is already heavily inflated on the year, you are going to have more risk. That's it. It's just very simple. You're buying at the top. You're buying when things are elevated. I don't want you guys to be in a position where a stock still does very good on the, where, you know, it does very, very good on the year, but you're still down on it. And I think some of you have probably had that happen before, where literally the stock like NVIDIA could be up on the year and you could still be down on it. It could be the best stock in the world and you could still be down on it. Yeah, Intel. Well, no, Intel's actually one of the worst. Who is it? There's one stock out there. I think Marvel was like that for a little bit. Uber. Yeah, that's a great example, actually, because there's a lot of people, like right now, Uber is like break even or barely red. But if you bought it 3 months ago, you are literally down like 30%. It's actually insane. So that I think is a great one. I mean, Roblox is at 60. It goes, now it's at 60, but if that thing goes down to 40 and you bought it 60, that's kind of the whole idea there. So point is, you don't want to buy names that are already up on the year. Now, can you? Of course you can. This is what I've been telling you guys. I could give you guys an example. If you are going to buy stuff, you want to play the momentum, you want to go for more risk, nothing should stop you, but make sure you have your priorities in check. Make sure you have an anchor in your portfolio. Make sure you have quality, a good balance. But if you're putting all of your portfolio into risk, without that, that doesn't really make sense. So I hope these are great guidelines that could help you, but literally there are 100 names on the S&P that are red on the year. So go to my Twitter. We posted even a Google Doc, but it's a nice little list here. Go to Real Cult News on Twitter. You'll find it there if you just go to media, and you might find other wild stuff on my Twitter too. But this is the whole list. Like, obviously, Walgreens and Intel, those are the worst on the S&P this year. Then Moderna. I was going to say Modernies. Celanese and Moderna. Those would be next. Dollar Tree, we've talked about that. Estee Lauder, we were just talking about that, and that thing already moved up 10-20%. Remember the other video? And Humana, that's another one we just bought. Again, the Dollar General, Dollar Tree, we've discussed those. If you already have retail, Nike, that thing is down 20s. See, that's the crazy part. Nike is down 27% on the year, but we are up on that. I don't even know. I think Disney's actually green on the year, but that one's a wild one. Albemarle, if you want materials. Dow, we talked about that one as well. That's a great company. Even Skyworks down 20. I think Microchip is down like 30. So there's names, everything from biotech to insurance, all the way to chips. Ulta, we brought that up. So this is where I'm saying this is a great starting point if you want to find some quality. Just simple as that. And that's where I'm like, hey, man, if you think that the stock market is expensive, you may just be looking in all of the wrong places. So if you look at the bargain bin, there's definitely some stocks on sale. You know, I'm not ashamed to walk into Big Lots, what we used to call pick and save. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not buying an ETF, we are doing a little bit of pick and save here, and that's where it all comes down to it, man. So there is some cheap stuff out there, and I really want to make sure y'all are aware of that. The Twitter is real, Colt News. But that being said, let us get into the plays. Oh, wait, did I not switch over? Oh, did you guys not see the list? Oh, so I don't know if you saw it. That's me, too. You guys know that? I post face pictures. That's why I said you'll find crazy stuff on my Twitter. But, yeah, here's the list. You go through all of them. You click that picture through media. You can start at the last one. These are the ones all the way at the bottom here. So, yeah, I put it up? Okay, I didn't know if I switched the screens over or not. But that being said, right off the bat, baby, we got to get – wait, I don't think I said let us get into the plays. So, play number one, I actually did what's it called? I did another one. Oh, excuse me. I did another play. I only did one play today, but I did a gold play. I haven't played gold in a while. I grabbed a micro gold contract. And why I'm looking at this is because today there was another round of rate cuts from the EU all the way down to Switzerland. Switzerland actually surprised. Switzerland said that they are doing a 50 basis point rate cut. They were only expected to do 25. So after that, I was like, all right, well, I don't know if you guys remember, we were on a live watch list. That was like April or May. Last time that happened, a couple days later, gold started doing crazy. Anytime we get any of those European rate cuts, I really think gold starts to have a positive effect. Now, I talked about this today too. I think gold is already extremely high already. So that could also limit some things. We'll see how it plays out. But I decided to make a small play. Again, I think 2,500 is a level people have been eyeing as a floor. I think it could go lower, but I'm not, again, we've done a lot of speculation. At this point, that's what I'm saying. It's been a couple months since I grabbed one of these. Let's see if the central bank rate cut, if we can find a wave on that, then maybe we'll be able to hit a couple of them. Otherwise, it's going to dip my toes in until we get a little more comfortable. But that is play number one. Then play number two, TLT, baby. So we were talking about Bonds and Powell. So don't forget, tomorrow's Friday. I don't know how TLT is going to play out tomorrow. That's the thing. But starting Monday until Wednesday, that is the 3-day window. There is historically a bid on Bonds on the 3 days ahead of Powell leading into the event. It's usually anticipation, and then even the day after Powell, no matter what happens, people usually calm down. It's kind of that event risk fading. So there is going to be an opportunity. We saw how bonds have already affected us here. So keep your eye out for tomorrow. Again, and why I'm saying is bonds are it's going to be interesting tomorrow because you had one really good 10-year auction. Then you had a bad one today. But no matter what happened, the bonds died. And then again, the Russell, that thing's struggling a little bit too. So we'll see where it plays out. But the follow-up after Powell, as far as how TLT is going to play, that's going to depend on the dot plot. That's why I'm saying even TLT plays will be a little bit more important just because you are getting a dot plot. The summary of economic projections, that is going to be the key there. But in a weird way, I am kind of expecting that the market is either going to do the opposite or stay the same, or at least not the market, but the bonds. I'm thinking that Powell's dot plot, I'm expecting it's going to be hawkish, pretty much insinuate no change. But then I think the market's either going to say cap and start bidding it up, or you may get, I think this would be Powell's best case scenario. If he could end the year on the election with everything, with a summary of economic projections that's exactly the same, get a rate cut, Japan doesn't do anything, and then you have no problems until Christmas or until next year. So in a weird way, I think absolutely nothing, no change on Powell would be the most optimal outcome. And like I even said up here on this key, you guys got to realize, nothing happens in December. There was only, was it 2018, 2019, the repo crisis with Munchkin? That was the only time, December really, fell through the bottom. But other than that, people do their thing. Is that my dog? No, I'm just dancing around. Have you ever seen belly dancers? So I wear the Christmas bells, and then I move around while I explain the stock market. Yeah, man, it's the dog. That's it. He's my background cast. But play number 3, that being said, Restoration Hardware. So, like I'm saying, tomorrow, I don't know if you're going to get any broader shift, but they had a good earnings. This thing, I think they were down on the year up until this earnings, but they have a lot that they can move. It could be a good post-earnings Friday play. I'm thinking this thing moves another 5, maybe 7% intraday and goes absolutely nutty, or it's going to be a nothing fest, and then all of the 2 standard deviation contracts expire worthless, so then we just buy puts off the morning. So I think it'll be fun, especially if there's nothing else to do tomorrow. Other than that, we will see where it takes us. But besides that, the only other plays that I made today, I did a MGC. This is the micro future on gold. I grabbed at 2011.10. It went down a little lower. Could have got it better, but again, this one's small. It's like pretty much every $1 is $10. I think so. Like if it goes to like 120, I make like $100, vice versa. So that's a lot smaller than the other ones. The big gold contract's crazy, but well, like I said, we'll dip our toes into this and see where this leads us. But other than that, you are writing all the other plays from this week, the ARC, the K-Web. We'll see if anything else comes our way. But yeah, man, after next week too, we're going to be wrapping things up and then getting into the end of the year. That'll be our last week, and then I'm gonna take off and go on vacation. This dog. Yeah, man. So other than that, is there any questions, my brethren? What's up, baby? N-Phase. Someone brought it up on the, they replied to the Twitter with all of the plays, and they're saying how N-Phase has some growth, Intel has value, and I'm not really the biggest fan of solar, especially, or any energy. At least I'm fair, you know? It's not like I discriminate between energy sources, but N-Phase could be growth, but I've just stayed away from energy usually because if I'm going to do growth, I want like real growth, like crazy stuff, like low key, or literally I've chosen biotechs or healthcare. I see more money in that and more upside always than any energy, any sort of energy play. But I think N-Phase is interesting, but it's pretty like it's done pretty bad. So they still like it's an uphill battle. If you want to be a solar investor, like I say, if you got all your other bases checked and you got things hammered down, then yeah, why not? Then you know, but I wouldn't start there though if you haven't built any other anchors or got anything else. I like Albemarle too. Looking at that list, you know, I think that's what I said for some of you who want that material exposure, you know, materials and like commodities and everything going on. I think it offers a nice sweet spot. I don't know if does Nancy still like it? Airlines, I hate airlines. That's another one that I've always stayed away from. I'm going to be gone, I think, from after like December 20th till like the beginning of the year, or even like January 6th. So I'm going to be like 2 weeks. What I did last year. You remember last year? It was my first time in like years where I didn't stream. Even during the holidays. Like usually we take Christmas off, obviously. But honestly, if it gets like super algo-y, I don't know. I think let's go make some real estate money. If you don't want to take a vacation, you bug people on the holidays to sell their house. I don't know if that's good advice or not, but the point is though, like lately the market, it just hasn't, if there's nothing going on, that's it. Let me just put it this way. If if this was like December 2018, I would not be taking off, you know, or if we had a little bit more action. But at this point, if there is anything that happens, if any time there's a black swan, I will go live for you, and you'll be good. This guy, you guys hear the bells, right? Is it a nice sound effect, or what? Well, you're the GOAT, man. Thank you. I appreciate you. I hope you guys are ready for next year, man. I hope you get a long term. And I think that's it. This was one of the best rallies in 100 years. You know what I'm saying? So, just like we talked about just a couple weeks ago. Remember, after you get 2 back-to-back years like this, it's whatever comes next, man, is going to be absolutely wild. And like I'm saying, you saw it here this week. It is going to boil down to whatever the bonds do, like truly in the long run. So we'll see. Intel CEO, they had a conference today, but they didn't announce it. They did kind of add clarity that one of the interim CEOs is going to be the president of products, but They didn't really talk about that. They said they're going to lower expenses, that they're not going to separate like the foundry business. And, it was generally good, but it's like, I don't know what's a good analogy. It's like, it's literally like when Corinne goes on there and like tells you some like random fluff story while there's like literally people dying left and right and there's a gigantic like conflict going on. I don't know how to describe it other than that, to the point of like literally it wasn't bad stuff, but like it was actually like decent news that they said, but people are definitely more focused on who is going to be leading the ship there. 2030 on the horizon. What up, stock trading? God bless. Oh, what up? We got K. What up, K? Sup? You guys know this is the other channel too. Some people get confused sometimes. Horn. Yo, hit the bells. See, he don't know English. He don't know how to do it on command. He gets defensive. He thinks I'm trying to steal it from him. Okay, here you go. Oh, shit. You just jumped on my speakers. What the fuck's wrong with you? This guy. Oh, let's go, baby. Would it be smarter to put $50 bi-weekly in the SPY or SCHD? Depends what your goals are. So what do you value more? Do you want like growth or do you want dividends? So, and then how long? Both of them are going to be slow. So when you go that ETF route, it's gonna it just naturally it's safer but has a longer time frame. But if your goal is like cash flow and income, then dividends. But usually I'll tell you this, with a smaller amount of money, I love dividends, but I think maybe the SPY could get you the best of both worlds. That's just something I would prefer if you're younger. If you're a little older, or if you were depositing more, then I think SCHD could be a good option. Or also, too, there's just other ways to get yield. So, like, I think SPY is superior, and I would choose something else instead of SCHD, or I would find another source of fixed income that's better. But then again, SCHD offers a certain amount of safety. But then again, just like everything else, I don't like this. This is up, That's up 20%. Jeez. Yeah, you're literally up, or at least 10%. But from just last year, you're up 20%. So if you buy this thing on a dividend, it's crazy. That's the thing I hate, because that's why I kept warning you guys about MO. So MO was a very good purchase that we had this year. Go watch the end of the year video. Remember we talked about it. I showed you guys my dividend goals. We were even going to put all of our money into MO. We probably should have. But we had a sick purchase this year at $39. We were even buying it at the end of last year as well, too. Literally, I think we have more MO than we have Abivai now, believe it or not. But this stock is great. I love MO. I think it's going to do good. Am I morally a hypocrite? I am. Terrible. I'm profiting off of the death and destruction of people's health. And I think the healthcare companies are messed up, but I bought the Humana dip. You know what I'm saying? So it's a wild world we live in. But the whole point is, if you want to get past all that, is that you don't buy this when it's up 40%. Because I was telling all of you, even though it went up, I'm not down with buying MO at these prices. Because if you buy, and it happened to some people, so you could have bought MO at $55, you would be break even right now or barely down. Because literally, people were asking me on the way up, literally, just after we bought it at $39. But then it comes down like these dividend stocks, people love them, and they get so cocky when they do good. It's that whole Wall Street adage of, when the market is full of himself, it thinks it's worth way more than it is. And then when the market doesn't have confidence, it thinks it's worth way less than it is. But they are the prime example of, like, dividend stock. Do you guys notice it? Tell me if you do. Oh, calm down, bro. Like, I don't know if you guys notice it, and especially you have to have been around the market for a little bit. Dude, they get cocky when the dividends start running. Because you know why? They're like, I got a golden ticket. So I got the golden ticket. Because literally, you get growth, the stock goes up, you get paid. Oh, they love it. They love it. That's why they start to run when the market's like, yeah. That's why you don't think it's weird that we're up 30% on Whirlpool. We bought it at like 7.5 yield. That we're up 50% on MO. It's because once you get past the hard part of getting it out of the hole, it just starts. Because then again, you get a little bit of the mania on the dividends too. But I'm telling you, be careful of that. You don't want to do that. Because you got to, and that's not even counting my dividend. Exactly. Yeah, you get it. You get it. So, but that's what I'm saying, though. You don't want to, unfortunately, you don't want to be the dude buying the dividend at the premium. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to, because again, if you buy it at $55, it goes down to 50. Now you're down 10%. Even if you get a 9%, 7% dividend, I mean, you're still down. And then when it gets out of favor, and then watch, like, why do you trust Wall Street? How many times has Wall Street just bulldozed the boomers? F your dividend stocks. Amazon, Cloud, Carvana. And then that's it. And then boom, that's it. Don't move for another 1.5 years, 2 years. And now you're 10, 15% down. You're asking yourself why you bought it. You're like, I only make 2 cents in dividends now. I hate this. I don't get it. Yeah, they won't cut the dividend. Don't worry. But at the end of the day, you just don't buy it when it's cocky. Buy it when it's depressed. Buy it when nobody wants that. Now, these mother effers want to start buying dividend stocks. That's it, bro. We just spent a whole entire year buying them. That literally, go watch last year's end of the year plan. That's what we did. So this year, again, we got to come into it. I have a eye towards dividends, but now, again, we could pick up growth and we could find a little bit of a balance now and see where after January, I don't know where we're going yet. And that's why I'm saying let mother effers be confident. We already locked in our dividends. We already got all that growth, and then the leaders are up. Let's see where it takes us. So that being said, though, don't buy it when it's cocky. Buy it when it's depressed. And now at that point, there's a couple names that we identified, 100 of them, and then we go from there, baby. We go from there. So I hope that helps. You missed it in some of them. That's what I'm saying. Everyone keeps saying the market's expensive. It's not everything. That's all. You just got to look. And that's where I'm saying, like, as long as you are diligent enough to actually look, it's there. Yeah, Pfizer's still there. They honestly, the healthcare stuff, that's what hurt them a little bit. But that's what I'm saying. I wanted this one. I don't know. Pfizer might be next. Again, Intel was one of the only long terms that went down that I bought this year, and Pfizer was the other one. So, that one is staring me right in the face as well too. But there's a lot of them. But look around. Everything, there's something for everybody. And that's just the point. A lot of people are writing things off because of the averages, but, it's like, can I show you? Here, let me show you guys a joke. Would you guys like a stand-up comedy joke? Can I show you one? Here, let me see. Is that it'll explain my point, because it's not everyone's looking at the averages, okay? Oh, is that it? Oh, come on. I need the clip. I just want the punchline. You'll see. Okay, ready? This is it. Is this a Facebook clip? Holy crap. All right, we'll use this one. Let's see. I hope this is it.
I wish a president would have the balls to say what I'm about to. 10% of Americans don't deserve jobs. Good night. That's a number I can get my head around. If you don't think 10% of Americans are lazy pieces of shit,
I don't think this is it, though.
then you have never traveled anywhere. Because the number that blows me away is that over 90% of Americans have jobs. Who the fuck is hiring you morons? The sense of entitlement, everyone thinks they deserve more than they have. No one's content. Young kids, I won't even talk to them anymore because you parents have done such a bang-up job. If I meet one more kid and ask him what he wants to do when he gets older, and he replies, I want to be famous like you, I'm going to kick him in his teeth. You're never going to be famous. I didn't get here because I work hard. I have a gift from God. Everybody gets their 15 minutes of fame, buddy. That's an average. Yeah, that's 0 for you, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 20 years, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0.
It's a joke. And I hope you could laugh with it. But, oh, man, there's a little bit of truth in there. And I want you to apply it to the market. And this is exactly what I'm showing you guys and what we have been doing all year. I mean, that's why the long term got to grow with the growth, and we also got some sick pickups. It's because, and this is what I mean, there's something for everybody. Let your portfolio talk to you, but you got to look, because if you look at the averages look like that's it. We're at all-time highs. Everything is insane. What are you talking about? Like seriously, that's why some people are literally thinking I'm bat poo-poo, because they're like, what do you mean things are cheap right now? And I'm like, no, like, for real, if you actually look and you don't, once you start cutting away like the top crazy ones, it was even worse 3 months ago, you guys. Bro, 3-4 months ago, I would argue there was like 250 names. Before the election, I would argue half of the market was red. I have no other way to put it to you. Again, the Dow, that even picked up in a crazy way, but it absolutely blows my mind that list that I'm showing you, there's so many names out there that are killing it. Yeah, it's been tech and chips. That's expensive. that right there, that's what's making up a lot of the averages. There's a couple ones. I mean, Meta, Google, your big dogs, all that. Even Tesla, they found a way to come back up. But again, even Tesla at one point, you could have got it a lot cheaper. That was negative on the year at one point. I'm pretty sure, right, this year? Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, bro. Stop it. Like, dude, Tesla was negative on the year up until the damn election, dude. This is what I'm saying. Like, even if you wanted to go Tesla, no movement in 3 years at the very least. But even then, at other points, like I'm saying. So it's just like, dude, it was really weird. You know, like, a lot of people have been lulled into this idea that, like, yeah, bro, like I just think the averages are messed up. That's it. I think you can't find anything like the price to book. It's now the biggest since the 2000 bubble and all of these forward PE metrics, but it doesn't matter when it's made up of like 10, 20 people that are just drastically skewing the numbers. But then you go look, bro, I'm telling you, 100 companies, that's 20% of your damn economy is negative on the year. You could buy it cheaper than last year. After the largest rally in 100 years. Now, obviously, some of them names you might be like, well, what do you mean? If you can't run when everybody's running, then you're going to die. But there is some of them that I just think the nature of Wall Street, the money funneled, and everybody checked into the big ones. But, at the end of the day, it doesn't change the ultimate long-term value of some of the golden names out there. So I hope y'all feel me on this, man. And I really hope y'all take advantage of it and be wise, my friend. Be wise. What else we got? Any more questions? Yeah, we only been here for 38 minutes, baby. Added some match. Oh, you been using Tinder? Is that why you said you went on Tinder? Sub 30. Honestly, though, I do think I think online dating, I don't know, it's shit, man. I should have bought it back in the day because, like, online dating is the future. In a weird, honestly, I kind of like that as a growth name. I need to look into the fundamentals a little bit more, but yeah, like, I mean, there was a point, like, literally, I mean, that's it. The only threat to match is like the AI girlfriends, because that's it, man. Like, I've been on Twitter for the last couple of weeks, and the more time I spend on Twitter, I like see some crazy stuff. I enjoy the freedom of speech. But I also believe that the AI girlfriend thing, y'all I'm telling you, they gon'. So that's the only threat, man. That's the only threat. My Twitter is Real Cult News. I think I got a picture of Powell wearing a MAGA hat. I made it. I think it's cool. So, yeah. And then I post the long-term stuff because sometimes YouTube, it doesn't have the pictures as good. And then you have the morning stuff. So, and then if you go to the media, click it right here, you will be able to get this. But then, like, don't fall like I'm annoying. I don't know. I'm very bipolar with some of it too, but I love and like hate Twitter. It's really weird, man. You gotta take it in doses, but yeah, I may not be your cup of tea, but it's all love, you know. I don't follow Tim Whitman. I'll follow Tim Whitman. I'm following Timmy Whitman. I have been trying to get Elon's attention. Yeah. I have no shame. Zero shame, actually. That's it. I'm going to get his attention. That's it. I am going to. That's it. I'm not going to show up at his house like last time, but I'm going to freedom of speech my way into this one. Okay? That's it. I mean, it's, inshallah, God willing, though. God willing. Tim got the honorary badge. Tim's a good man. I like Tim. I like him. Their buddy's video got retweeted. Got 50 million views. Tell Elon. That's it. I just want to work for Doge. That's it. Just don't Luigi or that's a terrible comment. What do you mean? You think how am I gonna? That's insane. That's insane. What if 4,000 people tag him? Can I get some E. coli? Sure. Why not? If you're willing to barter for E. coli token, I'm down. I got you. Cuervo. What do they do? I feel like we've seen that a couple times. But I like Match. We should look into that a little bit more. I think that's a decent pickup. I really do. Bumble, Twitter. Well, Bumble's its own thing, but like Twitter, Tinder, plenty of fish. Like, where else do people you guys aren't going to meet like people in person, are you? Has anybody gotten a girlfriend recently or a boyfriend? And did you meet them in person? Like, did you come up to them? I think they own Hinge. I think Match owns Hinge. I'm not too sure. Oh, your wife won't let you. That's good. That makes a lot of sense. Met at the gym. That's good. There you go. Yeah, you're the only one. So, I rest my case again. Off eHarmony. Yeah, so that is something. There is a new trend, though. It's kind of funny. Like, girls are now talking about. They're sad that men aren't don't approach them because they're afraid that they'll get filmed and put on TikTok. I shit you not. There is a new trend in the female community where they want to be more approachable. Did you know that? Yes. So first they complained and they got mad. And I kind of agree with them, though. Guys are creepy. I'm not going to lie. I said it. I told that to somebody the other day. I said I compared it. They're like, freedom of speech. I'm like, nah, you just creep me out. If I was a girl, this would be a very uncomfortable. I get it. I'm creeped out. It's creepy. That's it. That's all. It's not even nothing to do with your civil liberties. You're creepy. There's nothing I could do about that. You can't help it. You're fine. There's just it's creepy when you don't know you're creepy. You know what I'm saying? It's like a cult. All of you, y'all just cute when you oh, I'm creepy. You're just a cutie pie. You know what I'm saying? It's creepy when you're I'm not even saying anything. I'm just staring. I'm just creepy. Oh, I don't even know. Again, Luigi was creepy. You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, it is actually I get it, but now there is a trend where they are going to be more approachable. So that would be bearish for Match. But other than that, I'm pretty bullish on online dating in the long run. But then again, let me ask you: do you think AI? What if there's AI matchmakers? What if it's the Black Mirror episodes, and then they match you based on AI, and it looks at you, and it's nothing matters. You are compatible biologically, mate. Brought to you by Tesla. Repopulate the earth. So that could happen. But, yeah, what was the other one? Was it Cuervo? Was that the next one I was going to look at? Cuervo? What do they do? This looks like it was stable and just died. I remember seeing this. Cuervo. to Orvo. Provider of semiconductor solutions, RF power. Yeah. Didn't they have bad guidance? Servers and high. Yeah, dude, that's great. I like it. That's what I'm saying, though. Even then, there's like some of these guys are going to die. Like there will be one, but if it has, like, this has only been around since 2015, which kind of sucks because it's kind of a limited history. But how long hasn't microchip been around for a while? That's why I like Intel. But like, dude, there's some players in the chip game and like they've killed it, bro. And like they're down now, but I don't think these are going to stay down for a long time. And like it's not like these guys don't do shit that's valuable. I have no other way to explain it. So I don't know more about Cuervo, and it's a little, and literally it reminds me of the Migos, but it is fairly new. But Microchip is one big underperformer, but I like underperforming chips. I took Intel, but I don't think that's a bad idea. You mean to tell me chips are the hottest in the world right now, and you don't want to buy the cheapest? Like I'll buy the cheapest house in the nicest neighborhood. That's how I feel about the chips. I will not touch them at the high prices, but you give me the right one at a deep discount, like, dude, I would love to have I would love that neighborhood. That's what I'm saying. Intel, that's exactly, amongst other reasons why I'm in Intel. Yeah, Microchip's an old name. But that's what I'm saying. These guys aren't, some of them will fade, but like truly some will become a extinct dinosaur, but not all of them. And that's something like people got to really figure out because, right now there's a wave in hype, but, again, that hype and those waves change. So something you got to think about. Ba-da-pop-pop-pop. Oh, yeah, and the book was C.S. Lewis, Mere Christianity. It was a series of radio talks during World War II by the author C.S. Lewis on BBC Radio. And then 10 years later, they turned it to a book after the World War II. It's a very good book. If you haven't read it, you should read it. I've just been reading it to y'all for Philo, and I really think it has been very powerful. I think even some of the older guys who've read it even in the past, they'd be like, man, I forgot how good this book was. And it's whether you're new to it or a refresher, I think it's fire. Fire. Oh, okay. Can we talk? You guys want to talk a little crazy before we go? Do you want one? I could do it for. We could get a little crazy right now. Would you like to get a little crazy? Do you think you can handle getting crazy right now? Okay, Luis can't get crazy. All right, Luis. So Luis can't get crazy. All right, Luis, just remove yourself, Luis. I don't want to remove you, Luis. This is a democracy in the chat. I'm just kidding. It's a dictatorship, but still, we could pretend it is. We did that for the last 4 years. Why not? Oh, what? Vote. Okay, here's the deal. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I save 10%. And I won't gamble the daily plays without my long-term stars. And I gladly buy the dip every year when Josh says don't buy it high. And I won't forget the metabuy. Okay. So here it is. The Jersey spaceships, whatever you want to call it. It's wild. And I could talk about this because it has showed up in the Pentagon briefing. It has been investigated by the New Jersey police, and the White House has commented on it. It's the weirdest thing ever. I don't do no, honestly, can I be honest with you all? Okay, I will tell you all. Do I find it interesting? I do. But I don't know if everybody has just turned into my father. That's it. I really, because like my whole life, My dad, he watched Enemy of the State in the year like 2004. And ever since then, every star and everything, like, I don't, like, and I just don't know. I'm like, I'm like, is this real? It's interesting. I'm like, I try to ignore it, but I'm like, well, I'm curious. Too damn curious. But then I'm like, half of the people, I'm like, y'all just you remind me of my father now. And I'm like, I know, Habibi. No, it's a look to this, the drone. But that's the thing. So this is a very good thread on it. I would like to go over it with you to just sum it up and see where we're at. I don't, as you know, but like I'm saying, even then, I start with the conclusion, like any good philosopher. I'm still telling you that I'm like, bro, I'm like half it's intriguing. The other half of me is like, everybody is turned into my father. And it's like I'm like, or we're kind of all a little cuckoo. Like, and it's not bad. It's okay to be a little cuckoo, but I'm just like, we are a little bit like, okay, we definitely have all like, but like in mass. And so it's very interesting. So here it is. Are you ready? So for weeks, UFO sightings have been increasing. The strangest, most persistent manifestation of this phenomena is happening in Jersey, where hundreds of sightings, strange large drones disguised to look like commercial aircraft, are flying around every night. They fly slow over residential neighborhoods and sensitive installations, even military bases. Drones that broadcast no flight information are required by law. Drones that stay in the air for hours, which drones typically don't do. So lest you think this is a big misunderstanding, law enforcement in New Jersey is concerned and stumped. Here is a clip.
Tonight, the investigation into reports of small car-sized drones hovering over New York and New Jersey is deepening.
Oh, it's slowing down.
Tonight, authorities in Toms River, New Jersey, launching their own drone offensive for a closer look. Their eye in the sky, capturing one of the drones in motion.
You're not targeting or going after them, so to speak. Is there a methodology and reason why?
Well, right now we just want to identify what it is. The way it was explained, they're 2 feet bigger than our drones, or 2 times the size rather, so they're about 4 feet, and it looks like it's a fixed-wing type craft. What concerns us mostly is that at this point nobody's seen any of these units taking off or landing.
This is a significant threat to U.S. national security.
Retired 4-star general.
This motherfucker been waiting for this his whole life.
McCaffrey tells NBC News there's
I see it in his eyes.
And federal agencies are treading carefully.
Since before the internet,
capacity,
he been looking at the stars.
Why it would be needed? What
I can tell. You know what I'm saying?
It implies a heavy payload, and a heavy payload
using words like payload and shit.
Something dangerous, a bomb, but in this case, surveillance of some sort.
Look what's back again. Same spot as last night.
Meanwhile, more sightings of the large drones continue.
I mean, one of the Chads sent me one above their house.
New Jersey resident Michael Marciano.
I'm just like, I think you have an Android. That's not my fault.
Coming right above my house.
The FBI not commenting on the drone activity to NBC News, but setting up a tip line for people to report any sightings.
It's moving really fast now.
Growing concern as the mystery in the sky continues. George Solis, NBC News, Toms River, New Jersey.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news.
No, you're fake. Whoever is behind this, they seem totally unconcerned about being photographed in film, which makes it highly unlikely that they are secret military or defense. Here is another clip.
Oh, bro, oh my gosh, bro, look at that, look at that.
This one looks weird, but there's one that just looks like a plane. You'll see it next.
One we've gotten so far. The tree's blocking it. Oh, bro, oh my gosh, look at that.
Oh my God.
They're 4-way rectangular.
Oh, we got a Bible 77 with numbers.
Oh my gosh, bro, look at that, look at that.
Ooh, you just gave me goosebumps. You know, because homeboy, because that's what everyone says. They're like, this is a distraction. And I'm like, you know, I every time people say a distraction, I am tempted to ask the question, from what? But I don't think that's the right question, to be honest. Because it's just like, stop there. It may be a distraction. It really, that's why I'm like, I don't know if everybody turned into that, but he just hit me with a Bible verse, bro. He said, for this reason, God sends them a powerful delusion so that they will believe the lie, so that all will be condemned who have not believed the truth but have delighted in wickedness. Honestly, though, that's a trip because I don't know if I said that before, not that Bible verse, but this was a while ago. I was like, man, at this point, oh no, did I not tell you that? I think this was a talk with my mom. Me and my mom talked about it. Because have you guys seen the new Left Behind? Have you seen the new Left Behind movie? You know, like Left Behind, the Rapture movie? Remember, this was last year. There's like a new version of it with Neil McDonough, the guy who plays Sean Cahill. I love him. He's a Christian dude. It's good. Watch it. It's literally the same Left Behind concept, but it's like more modern. So it involves like the iPhones and the sensor, and it kind of puts forth this idea in a weird way where like they like low key, like I wouldn't be surprised if certain things happen in the Bible. I would not be surprised if the world said it was the damn aliens. I really wouldn't. I really, truly wouldn't. I wouldn't. Whether you believe in the rapture or not, you could make a Hollywood film off of the idea that if it did happen, half of the people would think it was aliens. Or I don't know any other way to put it. No, not Kirk Franklin. Continuing. Wow, look at these thoughts. So this is just another one. More video, another video. This one is the one where it looks like a plane. So this one, they even said, this one has a community note. They said this is a Cessna. This one just looks like a plane. That's the one I was like, I don't know about that one, bro. That looked like a damn plane. Like, y'all tripping. So one more. But where this one's trip, but this one, December 8th, this is a Ring camera. It just looked like an Elon rocket. So there's that. I think the Left Behind movie's on Amazon. That's why I think I got it. Just go look up Left Behind. It was made in 2023. This one is the only one. This one, believe it or not, I think this one is the most legit. Why would I think this one is the most legit? Look at this one. I'm not going to play all of it, but I think this one is the most legit out of all of them. Look, you saw the other one disappear. But why? Because, bro, how many times have you seen a wild looking moon, right? And the moon look crazy. And then you pull out your phone to film it. And it looked like nothing. That's why I'm like, I could only imagine what this actually looked like. Where this homeboy is driving, and it like, if you could it looked like a moon, kind of. But that's the one I'm like, all right. That's the one where I'm like, that's probably, I'm like, I could only imagine what homeboy was looking at. Because I've had that. I've seen the craziest stuff, and I pull out my camera, and I'm like, I was about to post this. Now it don't even look like, it don't even look like I'm about to. So sometimes they appear to be something else entirely. This one was just weird, but I think that one's fake. There's no community note. Some turning up military bases uncontested. That's the other one. So this one had a report because it literally, some of them have flown over military bases. New Jersey related to Congress, how Coast Guard was followed by dozens of these things with no idea what they are, with no authorization to engage.
From the Coast Guard, who said that one of their 47-foot motor lifeboats was followed by between 12 and 30 of these drones as they went through the water, followed right behind them. You know, and I said, what's the rules of engagement? I mean, you do it if you're fighting against a narco trafficker or something. And they said, we don't know, we don't have any. So I did reach out to the commanding officer at the Joint Base, which is also in my district, and talked to him, had a very good conversation, Colonel Anthony Smith. Joint Base Fort Dix McGuire.
Okay, you get the point of that one. New Jersey Medevac had to issue a warning to their light flight pilots about drone activity posing safety risk. FBI is investigating, but they have no idea what they're dealing with.
You're telling me we don't know what the hell these drones are in New Jersey are? Is that correct?
That's right.
It's crazy. I mean, that's crazy. That's madness that we don't know what these drones are. You're telling me we don't know what the hell these drones are in New Jersey are? Is that correct?
So the governor of New Jersey had a small press conference earlier this week where he said the drones pose no danger to the public before admitting he knows nothing about them and that they go dark at any time a pilot approaches them.
The drones in New Jersey, in Morris County, I don't know how many mayors sent a letter to you this morning asking for a clarification. What can you tell us? What is going on, and why is it taking so long to come up with an explanation?
Yeah, it's a good, I don't blame people for being frustrated. Let me say most importantly right up front, we see no evidence, and I say we, this includes Homeland Security, FBI, Secret Service, our state police, authorities at all levels of government. The most important point to say is we don't see any concern for public safety. That's number one. Number two, having said that, it's really frustrating that we don't have more answers as to where they're coming from and why they're doing what they're doing. We had last night 49 sightings. I think 20 of them were over 100. Now those include, I think I saw one mistaken a fixed-wing aircraft, a plane, a small Piper
that was
Cub,
a Cessna one,
for a drone, or you saw one and
Isn't
that
this
counts,
weird?
and then I saw the same one and that counts. So we think these are overstated, but it's a non-zero number. I was on with the White House and Homeland Security leadership literally at the very top yesterday for pretty much all day. I'm hoping we'll get answers sooner than later. I would just ask folks to continue to let the FBI or their local law enforcement know when they see something, and we'll continue to do everything we can with our federal partners to get clearer answers.
Why is it so hard to get answers?
These are apparently very, as I understand it, very sophisticated. The minute you get eyes on them, they go dark. And, you know, we're obviously most concerned about sensitive targets and
They're
sensitive
very
critical
sophisticated.
infrastructure.
We approach them, they go
We've got
dark.
Military assets, we've got utility assets, we've got the president-elect's one of his homes here. This is something we're taking deadly seriously. We've gotten good cooperation out of the feds, but we need more, and that was my plea.
Finally, how much longer do you think?
I don't know, but if we have news, I'll let you know. The minute we know something, I'm not going to hide it under a bushel.
Thanks.
You're going to have people saying, you know, I saw a drone and it was spraying something, or I saw a drone crash in my yard and it set off an alarm when I tried to go near it. There's a lot of fear amongst New Jersey residents. I mean, what is your message?
Well, the message I just gave. But by the way, we're not aware of any nefarious drone that has crashed, or if there is one that's crashed, could someone please call me and let me know where that is? There are a couple of rumored.
So that's the governor of New Jersey who just said all of that. I'll even tell you right now, even then, if you're not, we've kind of been through this. My YouTube just crashed. Did they take me out? Oh, there it is. But we've done this before. I mean, I can't see the chat. But literally, this is the spy balloon stuff. Remember, we did the same thing for a couple of weeks. It sounded goofy at first, and then we're like, wait, there's these actual balloons, and then we're like, okay, it's this spy balloon, and then they shot it down, and then that was it. So that's like, I feel like that would be your baseline normal, not normal explanation. And then anything after that, you either go Bible or you're either going Bible or aliens. Other than that, you're on your own after that. You just fall back to whatever your core belief is after that point. But yeah, so that's where I said I'm like, this is crazy. And this one's weird. So people, the videos, they're not as telling, but people are saying they try to fly their drones up and then the batteries die. So even if it has battery, they try to fly up to it and then they say their batteries go down. The mayor of New Jersey says there's a briefing, 500 mayors, they have no idea and they're having trouble tracking or approaching them. So here's the mayor now.
I am told.
We have by far the most robust equipment, is what the state police told us.
This is their statement
the
they read out.
detection equipment is up, but not detecting. These are 6-foot drones that are somehow evading our detection. They are not being detected. Here's some unknowns. And again, they were very transparent today. So some of the unknowns. The state police says, unknowns. We have no idea where they're taking off from. No idea. We have no idea where they're landing. No idea at all. We have no idea who's behind them, because as I mentioned, they are not state, and we are told it is not federal. We have no idea the drone types, as I mentioned before, that they stay up about 6 to 7 hours. And if you're a drone operator, you probably know that that's a very, very long time. We know that we've gotten close, but when we do get close, the lights have gone dark and they have left the area. And we do know that they are flying, as I've repeatedly said, they are flying over critical infrastructure like reservoirs, Picatinny Arsenal, Trump Bedminster, and our nuclear power plants.
Yeah, bro, it's crazy. That's literally the mayor of New Jersey saying that. So then a former Apache helicopter says DHS briefing was a waste of time. This one, we saw this one today, or the other day, where they said they don't know where it is. And then this one's just a funny one. Look how quickly a drone gets shot down over Area 51. That's it. Let's go. Flash. Let's go. Instant replay. This is Area 51. Bro, isn't that crazy? And then, yeah, that's it. So I think that was a good summary of all of it, man. I don't know what to tell you. Like I said, I think it's intriguing. Probably spy balloons, and then, or everybody's just turned into my dad. How does the rapture start in the Bible? Not like this, but you should go read it if you don't believe me. I think that's a good place to start. So, on that note, Chattadonia, I love you. I hope you had a good night. I will see you tomorrow morning for a beautiful Friday. Yeah, that's it. Go read your Bible if you're scared. Otherwise, don't worry. The spy balloons were chill, man. But that's all, man. Let's have a good one, bro. When you rest that head on that pillow, man, just know you blessed, okay? Let's have a great day tomorrow. Thank you for your time, my friends. I love you. God bless you. Have a wonderful evening. Finger to the sky. I don't care what happened. That's it. I was finger to the sky before. Stop it. So, amen, baby. All is well. Be at peace, my brothers. I love you. Have a good evening. And peace out. Horn.